is Durga again from IT Varsity, a one-stop shop to learn all the technologies. And this time we are talking about, we are in the middle of Hive as part of Big Data Certifications workshop. And as you guys know, this is the backup for live audience. And if you want to follow these videos and if you want to learn by yourself, you can go to labs.itvarsity.com and sign up for one of the plans. We have 3 different plans, 40.95 for 31 days, 34.95 for 93, and 54.95 for 185 days. And if you have any questions while exploring, you can log into discuss.itvarsity.com and you can ask any questions. As you guys know, this is backup for the live audience. So let me start the WebEx session and then we will take it from there. So I'm back and I'm starting recording. So as part of the second half of this Big Data Certifications workshop, we are in the middle of Hive. Okay, let's revise what we are done with Hive, and then we will see if there are any gaps and with respect to the certifications, and then we'll take it from there. So far I have covered DDL, DML, insert as well as load commands, and also as part of SQL I have covered joins, aggregations, analytical functions, difference between order by and sort by, distribute by, almost all the important clauses. And let's match whatever is covered with the CCA data analyst certification, where there is a lot of emphasis on Hive. Okay, and see if there are any gaps, and we'll try to cover those gaps or close those gaps. Okay, if you look into this data analysis, it's all about the select queries. Okay, prepare reports using select commands, including unions and subqueries. So I haven't covered unions a lot. I have covered subqueries as part of the analytic functions and all those things. Union and all are nothing but set operations. So I will try to emphasize a little bit on that today. Calculate aggregate statistics such as sums and averages during a query, which we have seen. Joins, we have seen. Transform the output format of queries by using built-in functions. We have seen few important functions, substring, date-related functions, and many more. You just have to explore as many functions as possible. And also at the time of certification, you should be able to get the help and try to use the appropriate function. And then perform queries across a group of rows using windowing functions. And you have seen those windowing functions also. I have shown you rank. I have shown you how to get the average rate of each employee within a department. All those things I have shown you. Okay, so you just need to have some knowledge about windowing functions. And also provide structure to the data is also predominantly Hive. In this, we have seen creating tables using a variety of data types, delimiters, and file formats. Create new tables using existing tables to define the schema, which is CTAS, create table as select, which we have seen. Improve query performance by creating partition tables in the metastore, and that also we have seen. Alter tables to modify existing schema, which means to add columns, to delete columns if it is possible, to create partitions, to draw partitions, those things, which we have seen briefly, but we haven't seen create views in order to simplify queries. Okay, now let us see this create views in order to simplify queries, and then we'll wrap up Hive. Okay, so now I'm coming out of this PySpark. I'm already on the cluster. I'm launching Hive now. Let me log into Ambari. Ambari Hive was failing earlier, so I'm just validating. Okay, now it is working. Okay, so now we are talking about views. Okay, so you can launch Hive, go to the database which you have created earlier, and now if you want to create view, you can say create or I think this will work. Create or replace view. Let's so there are two tables: describe, orders, another. Okay, four tables. Yeah, describe orders, another, and then describe order items. So let us say you always join orders and order items and generate reports out of it by joining with other tables. In that case, most of the reports you typically join orders and order items, and then the output will be used for different purposes. So for those scenarios, you can create view and then you can join that view as part of the other queries or other reports, and which will simplify writing big queries, the process of writing big queries where more and more tables needs to be joined. If the joins are additive, so adding new tables is additive to, and then you can create views and you can keep on adding views to more complex joins, which will simplify the overall effort. So here, first let us see select star from orders, another limit 10. Select star from order items. So there are a lot of newbies or not so experienced candidates in the group. So what you guys need to understand is typically table is physical. Okay, when it comes to Hive, the physical aspect is the physical aspect with respect to data is HDFS. So data will be stored physically in HDFS. So the major difference between a table and view is views are not physical; they are just logical. They're just if you have a very complex name, and if you want to give a nickname which is a lot more simplified, then you will give that nickname and you will try to use it wherever you want, wherever it is possible. So view is similar to that. It's there won't be any physical aspect of it. Data will not be stored in the view, whether it is traditional RDBMS or in Hive. They are just a logical representation of a complex query, nothing physical with respect to Hive. Whereas tables, in this case, orders another and order items, if you describe formatted on them, you will get their metadata, which includes the location of that physical location of the data mapping to the table. For orders another, this is the location, and if you go there and run dfs-ls on that location, you will see physical files there. Okay, now let us create a view, create or replace view. I hope this will work. Create or replace view. Let's give the name as orders join. Okay, as select o dot star comma oi dot star from orders another join order items. Orders another, I will name it as O. This is nothing but alias for the table. Order items is Y. So that as part of the join condition, we'll use aliases to make it more meaningful. On Y dot order item order ID equal to O dot order ID. Okay, so if you look into the describe output, orders have 4 fields: order ID, order date, order customer ID, and order status. And order items have 6 fields: This one is order item ID, which is primary key. This one is order item order ID. So we are trying to join this field, which is order item order ID, along with the order ID of the orders another table. That's why I have y dot order item order ID and o dot order ID. Okay, and hit enter. Now the view is created. If you say describe orders join, you see these 4 fields are from orders and these 6 fields are from order items. Okay, and then you can say select star from orders join limit and hit enter. So it is using MapReduce. I think the cluster is busy. Let me see. Why it is taking such a long time? Let me look at Ambari. Everything looks good. Why it is taking such a long time? Oh, dot order ID. Why dot order ID? So let me kill this. It should not take such a long time. There is something wrong. Let me troubleshoot. Limit time. Okay, let me try this. Show tables. Select count of one from orders another. I'm trying to troubleshoot the issue. Why it is taking such a long time? Okay, select count of one from order items. Individual queries are running fast, no issues with that. So let me copy this one. Okay, I'm in a wrong window. Okay, this is the one. So this is the view. Okay, there are 344,396. I don't know why there are 344,396. I think there is duplicate data in this, due to which it might be resulting into a Cartesian product. No, but it even didn't go there. So let me do this. Let me clean up this table. So show tables. Create table order items. So one of the learning objective with respect to this Hive is, where is that CCA data analyst? So if you go to CCA data analyst certification, one of the learning objective says that create new tables using existing tables to define the schema. I have covered earlier also. So they are primarily talking about CTAS, which is nothing but create table as select. So in this case, we have order items table. Okay. And if you want to create another table, let's say no duplicates. First, if you just want to create the definition of the table without copying the data, what you can do is create table, whatever name you want, order items, no duplicates in this case. And then you can say as select star from table name. If you say order items like this, okay, select star from order items, it will fetch all the data from order items and create, load data into order items, no duplicates. But if you just want to have the structure, then what you can do is you can just say, if give a false condition where 1 equal to 2, and it will just get you the structure. Okay. On top of it, if you so let's do this. Let me create this table here. So now the table will be created with no data. Now I will give a question. What will be the field delimiter of this table? The default field delimiter. First, let us recollect what is the default delimiter, field delimiter in Hive, and then we will guess what will be the delimiter for this table. Can you guys what? Can you guys recollect what is the default delimiter? So if I just create a table, create table T with I as integer and C as string. Okay, we have two fields, and if I insert data, okay, it already exists. Let's see the structure. Describe T. So there are two fields. If I say describe formatted T, you get the so here delimiter is not explicitly mentioned. That means the default, it will take the default delimiter. And if I insert the record into the table, insert into table T values 1 comma hello and hit enter. This record will be inserted into that using the default delimiter, which is nothing but control A character, which is nothing but Unicode null character, which is nothing but /U001. Okay, that is the default field delimiter. Now my question is, when we did CTAS earlier, so first let us review the data. I am exiting out of this, and then I am copying Hadoop sh-get apps hive warehouse dgadiraju dot db and t is the table name, and I'm copying the table structure to here, and I'm getting into t here, and there are two files, and let us open both the files. You see, the first record have one and then control a character and then hello world. So control a is nothing but u001. No, I think u slash slash u00. I forgot how to get this character. There is a way to search. You can figure it out. So this null character, this control A is nothing but ASCII value ASCII code. Okay, so control plus startup heading, and this is the ASCII value, which is 01. Okay, I think it is slash u001 or something. I'm also not 100% sure about the exact value. Anyway, so this is the default delimiter. The new record is under copy underscore one, which is one and hello, and the delimiter is control a character. Now, can you guys guess what will be the default delimiter for the new table which I have created earlier using CTAS? So I have created a table called order items, no duplicate. So can you guys guess the delimiter for this table? Will it be new line character? Will it be control A character, or will it be based on display order items? This is very, very important. So display formatted order items. So we are trying to get the delimiter of this table. So Sunil is saying it will be based on order items. Okay. Any other guesses? So if you see here, it does not inherit what we have earlier. So describe order items has given slash u0001. I don't know from where it came. Probably I might have given incorrect value while inserting the data into this order items table. That is not inherited here, which means that it is actually using the default delimiter. So if instead of having where one equal to 2 condition, where one equal to 2 condition have done, it just copied the structure of the table, which are nothing but column names and data types. It does not use anything else. Okay, so this is the command which I have ran. Okay, what it have done, it have primarily copied the structure of the table without data, and even the delimiter. If you try to insert data into this table now, let me do that. Okay, there is a reason why I'm explaining these details, because there is a huge potential that they might ask question here, and they might ask you to play with the delimiters while creating the new tables using existing tables. So you need to understand what will be the delimiter which will be used while creating the tables using existing tables, and if you have to change, how to change it. Okay, so I'm getting into those details. That's why I'm spending some time here. So here I'm trying to insert into this table, insert into table order items no duplicates. Okay, and select distinct stars from order items. And hit enter. So it will retrieve the data from order items, apply the distinct function on it to eliminate all the duplicates, and store into order items no duplicates. And then we will get data from both the directories and see whether the delimiters match or delimiters does not match. Okay, now I'm exiting here and I'm doing Hadoop fs -get /apps hive warehouse, and then gadiraju.db order underscore items. I'm first copying this directory and then order items no duplicates. Okay, now if you go to order items, and see the data by doing view, enter, it's control A character. Okay, cd order items no duplicates. Here also it will be control A because it's the default value. I picked the wrong example actually. Okay, so you got the same thing as delimiter, but irrespective of the delimiter of our source data, a source table using which we are trying to create this new table, irrespective of it, this always takes the default delimiter, default file format, and default line delimiter. Everything will be default. It will not be inherited from here. Okay, so let me take another example here. I have launched Hive here, and I will pick a table where the delimiter is some other character. Show tables. So describe products stocks underscore EOD. Yeah, this is a right candidate. So describe formatted. Formatted stocks underscore EOD. Now you see this is prime. Okay, this is also null character. I have to identify the table. Describe formatted orders underscore another. Yeah, this is pipe delimited. Okay, so I will create a new table. Orders underscore another. From sorry, orders underscore CTS, and then orders underscore another, where 1 equal to 2. So we are just trying to create the table structure. We are not actually copying the data. If you want to copy the data, you can remove this, and you can write any valid query here. It need not be from one single table. You can have a join, and you can directly create table out of the output of the join condition. Okay. Now, if you run this query and hit enter, orders another. Sorry. Okay. Now if you say describe formatted orders seat as. See here, it did not take the pipe as delimiter. Instead, it will be using the null character. Okay, so at times you might have to override the delimiters or file formats, etc. So you should know how to do that. It's the same as the earlier create table commands. So if you scroll up here, so earlier we have specified row format delimited and storage clause like this. So you use the same thing here. Okay, but the important point is where you should put those conditions. Sorry, delimiters and file formats. Shall we put as part of create table clause here, or shall we put as part of after select query? The answer is, so forget about the query. Query will determine what it will store. Okay, your metadata of your table, except for the column names, comes under the create table command. So whenever you have to specify any properties of the table, even in the case of traditional RDBMSs, you don't specify after select query. You typically specify as part of the create clause itself. So here, if you have to override the properties of storing the file in a different file format or changing the delimiter, okay. In this case, I am trying to save it as sequence file. With sequence file, we don't need delimiters. So I removed the delimiter clause over there. And then if I have to create table, I have to do like this. You have to put all the properties as part of the create clause. So now I am dropping this table, drop table uh, orders underscore CTAS, and then pasting it here. Now the table is created. If you see describe formatted orders underscore CTAS. Now the file format will be sequence file input format. Okay. Similarly, if you want to change the delimiter instead of creating it as sequence file, you can do that like this. Okay, the reason why I'm spending so much time is if you look at this CCA analyst exam, this provide structure to the data and data analysis are completely Hive oriented. Okay, and there will be three or four questions on 2 or 3 questions on Scoop, and rest of the stuff will be on Hive. To cover all the scenarios, there is a huge high probability that they might ask questions about how to do CTAS. They might not specify use CTAS. They will tell create table as similar to this table and use the delimiter something like this, etc. And then you can directly use CTAS and get the table structure as well as the data in one shot. That's why I'm spending good amount of time on this. Okay, now the table is created, and if you see describe formatted orders underscore CTAS, now the field delimiter is type, and then input format as text input format. Okay, so except for the column names, which will be inherited from the select clause, rest of the table properties have to be specified as part of create table clause itself. Okay, so any question here? And then we will go back to views. You can think about any questions. Let me try now. Okay, first let me copy data into this table. Now I have created empty table. Okay, already this is there. Order items, no duplicates is already there, where we have no duplicates of order items. So let me copy this one to here, and then let me try running this create or replace view. So when you say create or replace view, if the view does not exist, it will create. If the view does exist, it will just replace. If you just say create view, if the view does not exist, it will create. If the view does exist, it will fail. So create or replace is more popular while creating the views because there is no physical aspect to it. There is no harm in replacing the view in case if the view does not exist. So it's quite common to use create or replace view. Now if I say a third count of 1 from orders join, I'm not sure why it is not launching. It is taking quite a bit of time. Okay. Let me open another session and try to troubleshoot the issue, why it is taking so much of time. Okay. I don't know why it is being struck. Probably there could be some memory related issues. Let me exit from here and then run top. Okay, let me say uptime. Not bad. I don't know why it is not running. Anyway, I will take care of it later. Probably it could be resource contention issue. So we'll go further. So if you let us focus on joins a little bit more. So far, whenever we run joins like this, okay, it is actually performing something called map side join. I think I have covered already this aspect, but I will try to explain once again. SUD Gadiraju. Hive. So one of the important aspect with respect to Hive is the map side join versus reduce side join. I will cover as part of the performance tuning aspects later. But in case if you have to run it as a reduce side join, by default it is using map side join. In case if you have to do a reduce side join, what you have to do is first you have to identify the parameter. So here I am running hive-e set grep join. So it will give all the parameters with respect to Hive, and we are filtering for the ones which have join in them. Okay, here you see there are many parameters, but one of the main parameters is Hive auto convert join equal to true. So if you set it to false, then the join will automatically reduce side join. So for example, here I switch to Digazaju database and then set. If you want to check the value, you can run Hive auto convert join. It is true. If you want to change it to false, you can say false here. Okay. Now, if you try to run earlier, when I try to run the join, it attempted to start with one job. Total jobs equal to 1. Okay, and join will actually happen on the map side. It will not happen on the reduce side. Even now, it will be attempting only one map reduce job, but the join will happen on the reduce side, not on the map side. Okay, so there might be scenarios where you have to disable the map side join. If you have to do so, you just have to say Hive auto convert join equal to false, and then run this query. Now you see total jobs equal to 2, not 1. So it is launching first job, and now it is proceeding. Earlier, I think it is not able to store smallest table of the 2 into the memory, because of which it is hanging. So there is not enough resources to store the data in memory to perform the map side join. Now when I switch to reduce side join, it is working. So map side join is little bit memory intensive compared to reduce side join. That's why if there is not enough memory, it just hang. But when I convert it to reduce join, it need not store the table, the smaller table into the memory, due to which it will not be, there won't be any memory related contention, and the query will run without any issue. Okay, now it is working. The join worked. Now let me try select count of 1 from the view which is orders.join. Orders.join is nothing but a view. Okay, so this is our orders join. It is nothing but a view between orders and the table and order items no duplicates table, and then we created a view out of it. Now it is running without any issue. Earlier it hung because it could not get enough resources to cache the smallest table into memory. Okay, don't worry too much about it. I will cover map side join versus reduce side join as part of last week classes, where we will be talking about performance tuning only. Okay, at the time you will understand a lot more about what this map side join and how it can make the difference in the performance, etc. Okay, but for now, just remember that if you have to disable map side join for whatever reason, you can say Hive auto convert join equal to false, and then instead of using map side join, it will use reduce side join, and it will not be waiting to get enough memory to proceed. It will just proceed. Okay, so any questions here? So this is how you can create the view, and then you can run the queries on top of view. And now if you want to join this view with other tables and get reports out of it, you can easily join. So earlier, when we try to join other tables such as products, categories, departments, we wrote a lot more complex query like this, where many tables have joined and it's a little bit cumbersome. So now, typically orders and order items are transactional tables, and we'll try to generate reports joining the transactional data with master data. And what is master data? In this case, products, categories, and departments are master data. And if you want to create a view by joining all these 3 tables, you can do so saying create or replace view products and departments. So here we will be joining products and departments along with categories, and we'll get whatever fields we want from these two tables. And out of many fields that are available, we might be interested only in product ID, product name, and department name. We don't want any other field. Okay, so product ID will get it from P, product name also P, and department name D. Okay, and then I'm just copying the query from previous query. Here we are trying to join products with categories on product category ID and category ID, departments with department ID and category department ID. Okay, and now we can run this view. We can create this view. So typically, if we want to generate reports at any department level, we have to join these three tables onto transactional data. So to avoid writing complex query all the time, lengthy query all the time, it's not complex, but it's very lengthy. So instead of doing that, we'll create a view and we'll start using that view as part of our reports. Okay, so here create or replace view, products department. Okay, there is a spelling mistake here. Okay, so view is created. Now you can say select star from products underscore departments and hit enter. We have disabled the map side join. And we got all the data. There are 8,648 records. Okay. I think we can apply distinct on this. I think there is some issue with the query. Let me see. So product, okay, there might be duplicates in the data itself. That's why we are getting something like that. Otherwise, it will be only the number of records in the products table. Okay. So now let me create view like this. It says select count of. There is some data quality issues. I think some of the folks are using my database itself while creating the while inserting data into the table instead of getting into their database, resulting in duplicate values in my database, which is Raju. Ideally, it should have 2690. It should not have 2000. Okay, let me see where the issue is. Search count of one from categories. Let me go to MySQL to quickly validate these things. Sorry, MySQL -u retail underscore DBA -h and then 01.itversity.com -p itversity use retail underscore DB select star from products. Products should have only 1345. Categories should have only 58 records, and if we join all these three, we should only get 1345. But earlier it was giving lot more because of the duplicates in products. So let me create view like this. I have added distinct here to eliminate all the duplicates. Ideally, we should not have run into this issue. Okay, now if you say select count of 1 from products departments, while running, let me write the join query between the two new views, product departments and orders join. Now, if I want to get the department name and the order date and the revenue for each order date and department name, what I can do, I can say select star from orders join, comma, orders join, products, departments on, let us name it as OJ and PD on OJ dot product ID equal to PD dot product ID. Actually, it is order item product ID. Order item product ID. And here I want to get order date, OJ date, order date. Okay. PD dot department name, comma, sum of OJ dot order item subtotal. If you want to have where condition for only completed orders, you can say here after join condition, you can say where OJ dot order status in complete and closed, complete or closed. And then we have to do group by OJ dot order date, PD dot department name. Okay, let us give it as revenue. And then order by OJ dot order date, revenue, descending or ascending order, whatever way you want. Okay, now you can run this query. And hit enter. Okay, distinct is giving only 1081. So there is some data issues, but that's fine. So this is how your query will be simplified. Instead of joining 5 different tables, we are now joining 2 views. And most of the cases, this is how it will work. So you should know the relevance of views in reducing the length of queries and making it a lot more readable by using views as intermediate layer. Okay. So let it run. Let me know if you have any questions. With this, we will be wrapping up Hive also. And from tomorrow, we will be covering other topics like Woozy, and Woozy will take 2-3 sessions. And then Woozy is not relevant to any certification. And then I will cover Ambari in detail, how to get into Ambari and how to monitor whether something is working as expected or not. I will cover 1 or 2 sessions on Ambari, and then a few other components. Let me see. If you go to the services in Ambari, so I will show Spark with the latest version of Spark. We have covered the Spark 1.6.2. If you want to use Spark 2 instead of 1.6.2, how to run Spark queries in that will be half of the session or something like that. So we'll cover almost all these things. At least we will write 1 program. We will cover what is test, what is pig. These are all not relevant for any of the certifications, but you will have fair idea about what these tools are. So that we will take care starting from tomorrow, and probably next week or starting from second half of the next week, we will start focusing on performance tuning. Okay, first half for starting from tomorrow till first 2 sessions of next week, For the first half, we'll be talking about Kafka, Flume, and Spark streaming. Second half, we'll be covering all these additional topics. And then last 1 week, we'll be purely focusing on performance tuning. I think it will take 6 to 8 hours. So 3 days or 4 days, we'll be only focusing on performance tuning. Okay. So any questions here before we wrap up today? Now you see we got the data in much more, means the data is same, but the query is little bit better, much better readable, and we don't need to join 5 different tables. Okay. So I will give a minute or so. If you have any questions, I will take those. Otherwise, we'll wrap up and we'll start catching up today. Try to revise and confirm what you learned so far, so that we can take it forward. Okay. As we got extended break for over the last weekend till yesterday, you might have lost the momentum. I also lost the momentum a little bit. Because I got deviated entirely from this and started focusing on Kafka and Flume because of the changes in the certification, and I got deviated a little bit and lost momentum a little bit. It might be the case with you also. So try to catch up with whatever you have done so far, and if you have any questions, you can ask me any point in time. And also, if you are planning to give any certification in next week or next to next week, let me know. So I will give 15 seconds. If you don't have any questions, we'll wrap up for today. Okay then. I think there are no questions. We will catch up tomorrow. Thank you. Bye. Those who are on YouTube live, thank you for joining the session. We will take care of Kafka and the Spark streaming as part of the first half, starting from tomorrow. And as part of the second half, we will be focusing on the other tools like HBase, a little bit of Pig, Flume, not Flume, Uzi, Ambari. All those things will be covered starting from tomorrow. Okay. That being said, I hope you are enjoying the content. If you like this video, please click on the like button. If you want to provide the feedback, please use the comment section of the video. Liking is pretty simple. You just have to click on this, and if you want to share, you can just click on this and share with your friends. And also, as I have been mentioning, if you need environment to practice, go to labs.itversity.com, sign up. The cost is not very expensive, and then start preparing with whatever content we are publishing for free on our subscription-based lab. That being said, thank you. Bye.